I don't want to do this video. Like, I really don't want to do this video. Like, I'm trying to get dressed and get out of here, and for the past hour, I've been trying to convince myself I'm not doing this video. But then you know how you got that knot in your stomach and it's fluttering in your heart, or when you go to say something you really want to say but you get choked up before the words could come out. Yeah, that's how I'm feeling, which is a clear indication that you need to speak on whatever it is that you don't want to speak on. So here goes. I have been suppressing something for over 20 years. I mean, I stumped that thing down so far that I didn't even realize how deep it went. Until this 2016 election. Now, I'm not even about to go back and forth on the politics of it, because it was truly a hot mess on both sides. However, there's one particular piece that triggered something so deep in me that I cannot ignore it any longer. It is a knot in my stomach right now, literally is. So I'm going to face it. We agreed to be open, transparent, and vulnerable with each other in this marriage series, Me to We, my husband and myself, even though this right here at this moment is my story. But my husband gave me permission to heal without even knowing it. So this video is being triggered by one of the, I'm not even going to call it an allegation of Donald Trump with the sexual assault. I don't know how people that supported him brushed right by that. I truly don't understand how even women, and I'm speaking from that aspect because I am a woman, just overlooked that. I say that because sexual assault can lead to rape. And the American people have chosen a commander-in-chief who is clearly, even though was in charge, guilty of sexual assault. I have been in that position where I was sexually assaulted by someone I knew very well, someone who other people knew me to be with often. However, it didn't and they took it to another level. So I know what it's like to have someone force themselves upon you to the point that it turns into rape. It does not matter if you know me or not. It does not matter if we shared an intimate moment prior or not. When we say no, no is no. No is not, I'm playing hard to get. No is no. So I know what it's like to be on that campus and lie in a room on the corner floor and fight with everything in you to get this person up off of you. I know what it's like to kick and scream and claw and bite. I know what it's like to be pinned down and you try to move and move to the point your entire back is raw from carpet burns. And the more you fight, the more aggressive and turned on that individual becomes. I know what it's like to cry and scream in that moment and then go silent. And to almost play dead, because that's what you feel like at that moment. No one's coming to help you, and the person you know and trust is violating you in a way that is still affecting you 20 years later. And to just feel like if I just close my eyes and stop fighting and screaming, because I've cried until my eyes have dried up and turned blood red. And then when they're finished, they just kiss you on the forehead and tell you good night and leave you there on the floor. So wrong. But when you grow up and there is things that transpire in your family, or at least in mine, where there are children being molested and or incest or even rape, and your family keeps it quiet because that's what you do. You don't put your family business out there. You subconsciously feel like, I don't need to say anything either. One, nobody's gonna believe me. Not strong. Mo got it together. Mo don't attract people like that. Those people don't have a particular look. And then this is somebody that everybody knows is gonna be his word over mine, and I'm just gonna let it go. A close friend once asked me when he tapped on this in me, if I had to go through it all over again, if I would say something, absolutely, I would. And if you are in this situation, do not find reasons like I did to justify why you should not say something. You are not by yourself. You are not by yourself. You can find a safe place, a safe haven, a person you can trust, and you can tell somebody. What my husband doesn't know is I lied in the bed the other day and he was already sleeping. I was feeling this then, and I was silently weeping and trying not to be loud. I don't know why, so he wouldn't hear me. And I guess my sniffles got a little too loud, and he just started to rub my back. I never opened up that night. I didn't say anything, and we talked about it maybe the next day or a few days after, and he said he didn't needed to know at that moment what was wrong. He just understood that sometimes Superwoman needs to take off her cape, is how he put it. And at that moment, I knew, even though I had already married him and trusted him, at that moment, I realized that I did need to take that cape off. And his love was my kryptonite. And not kryptonite in the storyline as it made me weak. Because he was my safe haven or a safe place for me, his love became the kryptonite, but for me to be vulnerable. See, there's a difference between weakness and vulnerability. And when it's in a safe place, it's not weakness. His love was not making me weak. It was allowing me to be vulnerable. And in vulnerability becomes strength. You find strength. You find freedom. You find forgiveness. And you find peace. So I challenge you today to find that person, that place where you can take off your Superwoman or your Superman cape and allow the kryptonite of love to heal you. It's not going to weaken you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. But you don't have to carry it. I don't have to carry it any longer. I carried it for over 20 years. I get sick to my stomach if I see a scene in a movie getting ready to head in that direction. I will fumble around, I'll look down, I'll get up and leave. All of a sudden I need something because I could not handle it. Would let me know I needed to find some healing in that. But first I had to open up and allow myself to be vulnerable. Who wants to be vulnerable? The first thing you think is, oh, I'm be hurt. I'm definitely not trying to do that. Give yourself permission today to heal. I gave myself permission today to heal and find peace. It's scary. My palms are sweaty. But God has purpose. And I knew that moment and this story was not about me. It's not about you, young lady. I don't care if it's your friend's father. That's your mom's boyfriend. That's your boss. And if I say something, X, Y, and Z will happen. See, that's what I did. I found things to justify why I did not want to say anything. So this really isn't even about me today. It's healing for someone else. And I finally found a voice in my safe space to speak to you. I'm still rubbing my hands together. But together, we can find strength and heal. And give yourself permission today. Oh, I can't believe I got that out there.